Emma.
And I'm Gabi, and this is The Mum I Met on Mat Leave, the podcast where we share the highs, lows, and hilarious bits of motherhood.
From newborn chaos to toddler negotiations, we're talking about it all. The stuff no one puts on Instagram.
It's honest, it's unfiltered, and it's our take on navigating mum life together.
So pop in your headphones or your dummy back in and let's get into it. Oh, God.
I actually realise I say hello in a really high-pitched way, whereas you just can go, it's true, it's because I'm excited.
You weren't excited, you went, hello.
Yeah, can you imagine if it starts to become a little bit of a drain?
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, it is for everyone.
Very listening, yeah, sorry. No.
Not for us.
Not for us. Not for us. How's your week been?
How's my week been? I don't really have anything to tell. I think it's been alright.
Yeah, that's positive.
I know, isn't it?
That's really positive.
Yeah, I say that. I am sure I will remember something that's happened to me this week, but right now...
Well, you told me something earlier that I feel like you could share. That's quite an interesting thing.
One of my friends has a massive garden, and her little girl, who is 3, has taught Alba to wee outside. And sometimes it's really handy. We were at the splash park today, and she was like, I need a wee. And I was thinking, well, I'm not going to take you to the toilet.
Please don't tell me you let her wee in the splash park.
Just in the corner of the grass bit, like right up by the fences.
Not in the water?
No!
Oh, thank God. I actually think I was about to disown you then.
God, I mean, all the kids piss in that, I imagine.
But they're not told by their parents, oh, don't worry, just piss in the water.
No, I wouldn't have told her to do that. Okay. You know, like, it's like the enclosure.
Yeah.
We were outside the bit where everyone sits. And then she just like squatted down and did a wee, which is great. Anyway, on this other occasion, she was like, Mummy, wee. And my friend was like, that's fine, you can do a wee in the garden here. So she did her wee, absolutely fine. And then a little bit later, she said, Mummy, wee. And I said, well, go on then. Go over and do a wee. And she came back to me and said, I did poo, Mummy. So she shit like a dog in my friend's garden. And then today, she told me she needed a wee, and she didn't. She needed a poo, and she did another shit in the garden. And I actually picked it up with a dog poo bag from when I had a dog.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I think I've got a worse reaction now than when I actually heard it earlier, because I think it's actually sunk in, what you're saying.
My child, she is feral, yeah, and like a dog, yeah.
I feel like if you put a poll out there though and said, has your kid done a poo outside? They would say, I bet the majority of people would say yes.
Yeah, but they've probably done it accidentally. Alba did it today on purpose because she thinks it's okay. And my next door neighbours were outside with their kids and they could hear me saying, we do not poo in the garden.
What was Aaron? Did Aaron
get
upset?
Wasn't there.
Oh.
When he came home, I was like, take a look over there.
I think John would lose it. He would be like, you're going right now.
Yeah, but you've got a dog already.
So strict. What, so we can just pretend that it was Frank's and not Delilah's?
You wouldn't even know the difference. That's the thing, my picking up dog poo days are over.
Yeah.
And there I was today with the dog poo bag in the garden. Like, oh, there it is.
Oh God! Well, that is quite a thing to start the episode off with, isn't it?
What about you?
Doing in the garden.
How are you? Have you shit in the garden recently?
No, I haven't. Delilah hasn't. No, none of that. We're not as feral as you. I don't think.
You're actually not.
We're actually not there yet, are we? Because she's still young.
I just can't see you having a feral child.
I'm not sure. We'll see. How are we? We're fine. Week's been okay. Delilah doesn't like getting in the car again.
Yeah.
So when she was little, I really struggled with the car, like getting in the car, because she just screamed. She hated the car seat.
I feel like all kids do that.
Well, no, some love it because it sends them off to sleep, right? But Delilah, it didn't for a long time. Like, she just cried and cried and cried every time we got in the car, so it actually would stop me going out.
You didn't think about getting on the bus with your pram?
Never. Not going to do it.
That's what
I'm
I
not
did.
even going to lie. Never ever going to do that. So
Judgmental.
not judgmental. Just will rather let my kid cry. But the past couple of days, she just won't get in the car seat. Once she's in it and distracted, she's fine. But she just won't go in it at first. And to the point where I've started to have to, first off, she was okay with the car keys, so I'd give her car keys. But then, you know what I'm like, my brain goes all over the place. So I have to use my car key to turn on the ignition, so I have to take it off of her. But my house keys, I could leave her. But then I'm like, what if she scratches herself? What if she eats them? Whatever, I don't know. But still, you know, I get nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So then today, I resorted to FaceTiming John, getting her in the car. She didn't settle down. She actually ended up spinning herself around, getting her trapped in all the straps, then getting frustrated because she thought I was pinning her down and she was obviously trapped. I was then trying to get her out of the straps because I was more nervous she was really going to hurt herself in the straps. And she lost it, like absolutely lost it. Thankfully, we were at my mum's and my mum came out and I was like, Mum, I need your help. So she sat in the car, distracted Delilah to get her in the car, and then I managed and we were on our way. But I keep having this thought, like, you're not allowed to use your phone when driving because it distracts you.
Right.
You've got a screaming child in the back of the car. How does that not distract you?
Well, I think because your eyesight is still...
No, my eyes are on the mirror in the
Oh.
back. No? You're not directly looking in the back of the mirror?
I can reach both of them as well, so I do a lot of driving. I've got very flexible shoulders, it turns out. I do a lot of driving with one arm over, either holding Albert's hand or putting Isla's dummy in, because Isla sits behind me. I do a lot of that, yeah. But I have to. I don't have to, I just do. But the whole getting in the car thing, I fight with Albert every time I get in the car, and now I have to fucking drive to nursery. Just FYI, if you're going to look for a nursery for your kid, if there's one in walking distance, do it.
I drive, it's not that bad, but...
Yeah, but I think because I've gone from walking to driving, I fight with her every day to get in the car because she gets in and she's like, I just drive in, mummy, and like sits in the driver's seat, pretends to drive. And I'm like, Albie, get in your seat. And I bribe her. When I pick her up from nursery, I'm like, if you get in your seat, I'll give you chocolate. Yeah.
You don't.
Oh, all the time.
Already?
Have you met my kid? And if I haven't got anything to bribe her with, that's it. I have to like fold her in half because she does the whole like
rigid.
Yeah, my friend's husband calls it the luge. Literally like that, and you can't get them in. But no, I actually the other day was like, you have to use quite a lot of force.
No, you do, and that's what really scared me because today when she was really caught up in the straps, I really had to force her to try and get her out of them. And then when we got home, I felt so bad because she's got really bad scratches on her arm, not from me, but from the strap where it was so tight and pushing against her. And I was like, oh my God.
I mean, I haven't scratched my kid doing it yet, but you know.
Oh my God.
No, but I do think there's we were talking about this the other week about mum guilt. So many things that you can feel guilty about when actually in that instance, like, what are you supposed to do? You
Absolutely,
have
because
to put you in the car seat.
We're doing it for their safety.
Yeah.
My sister's kids are 15 and 11, and she says she still gets mum guilt now. So we've got a long way to go. But I actually read something yesterday that has really resonated with me, and it's called the 5x5 rule.
Right.
And it's, if it's not going to matter in 5 years' time, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it.
I like that.
So if, I don't know, let's just say, for example, you're going for a night away with the girls, or you're going for an evening out, you're not going to be doing bedtime and bath time, right? Don't stress yourself out over it more than 5 minutes, because not even in 5 years' time, probably in 5 days' time, you're not even going to remember it.
I mean, I definitely won't. I don't remember what happened the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so that is my new thing, the 5x5 rule.
So you're not going to give a shit about anything now.
No, a lot of things do still affect me. But yes, so that is my rule now, and I'm gonna really, really try with the whole mum guilt thing.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if we're doing it for their safety or doing something because we're doing it for them, we just need to try and get over the fact that, like, it's out of our control. We just need to do it.
Yeah, but you know, like this week, I was thinking about the girls. The girls? Who am I?
The girls.
Oh yeah, so I was thinking about, like, it's so silly. It was like a tiny minute thing. So when Alba was, I don't know, maybe 4 months, I did a handprint and her footprint thing, and I got it, whatever they do with it, not printed, but it's on like a, what's it on? Like clay thing.
Not sure.
And it's,
Didn't do it.
I did. Anyway.
How much is it? You've done that twice to me in the space of like 10 minutes.
Oh my god, love it. Well, I haven't done Isla's yet, and she's 8 months nearly. And I just said to Aaron the other day, we need to do it. And he was like, yeah, but why do we need to do it? And I was like, because I don't want her to get older and then think, well, hang on, they did it for Alba, didn't do it for me. And isn't that such a small thing?
It is such a small thing because she's only going to think that if you put that idea in her head.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't know. I think maybe it's because I sometimes think things like that. Not that my parents didn't do things for me and they did it for my brother and sisters. But I don't know. I just think there's 4 of us, and I don't know how to put it. Like
things that maybe your siblings would have had done that you didn't get, like special treatment.
Yeah, but not even, because I think I'm the spoiled one. So, do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, no, I absolutely, I do get it. My mum, we've got pictures and things from when we were younger, but like actual memorabilia, we have got boxes somewhere that my mum has obviously kept with the 2 of us. But I wouldn't look in my sisters necessarily and be like, oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But I felt bad because I don't even have Delilah's tag when she came in that hospital. You know, this is like baby and their surname.
Oh, I don't think
I think I threw that away. I don't even think what do I have in her? I've got her little hat that they put on them.
We had the choice of like green, because it was Christmas Day. She could have had a Santa hat she wanted.
Stop.
Or she got a green sparkly one.
A green sparkly hat? This is just a...
Lol.
Anyway.
And I had like a pink one, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. Lovely. I've got one of her first baby grows.
Yeah, I've got that. And actually in Isla's...
Oh, I've got her umbilical cord.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
I binned straight away. That is disgusting.
No, I think it's cute.
How is it cute? What are you going to do when she's 18? Like, oh, look, some rotting flesh for you.
To be fair, that's true.
Oh, fuck, that's so gross.
I just thought it was cute, but now you say it like that, it's not.
Oh Lord, I'm
not throwing it away, but it's definitely not cute now that you say it like that. Oh, you ruined everything.
I binned it. It's disgusting.
Oh.
It stinks.
Can't dare smell it.
Did you not smell it like when it was on them?
No.
Oh yeah, well it reeks, by the way, because it's rotting flesh. I don't know what's got into me tonight.
I don't know what's got into you. I've not smelled and didn't smell it.
Right, we'll give it a sniff. And then...
I'll come back to you on that one. What else have I got in her little memorabilia box? Maybe like her first pair of trainers that she's got, or like little things.
Well, mine doesn't go that far. Mine's like first month of being alive, and then that's it.
Oh, well, I'm still adding to mine. I did get, when she was 12 weeks old, I had the like paper mache casts done of her hands and her feet. And I do still look at it now and think, I don't think her hands and feet have grown that much yet, but obviously they have since 12 weeks.
Like a 3D version?
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so I'm going to have to get Isla's done because I feel bad.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to book it in for you.
Thanks. But isn't it stupid that like I feel...
It is really stupid that you feel guilty about that because I don't think the kids are really going to care. It's more if you want it.
Well, I just want them to feel equally
It's
important.
nice that you are thinking like that though.
I do think, and again, this is different to feeling equally important, and nothing my parents did. I had such a nice upbringing. I was very lucky with just like the family I had, have not had. But I have, like I said, 3 siblings. I'm the third one. And we all went to the same school. And those 3 are more like academic than I am. I just didn't. That's the school we went to just wasn't the right fit for me.
Yeah.
So then growing up, I just had it in my head that I was like the dumb one, and because of that, I then would play into it as I got older, because I think no one ever said to me, you're dumb, but it was always like, oh, Emma, sort of like, oh, you should be blonde, that whole thing.
Right, okay.
Right, all the time. And obviously my parents and whoever it was didn't know that what they were saying was
going in.
no, of course not, and they didn't do it on purpose. And if I now said to them, sorry if you're listening, Mum, I don't have anything against you, you're great. But do you know what I mean? If I said this to them now, they'd probably be like, oh, it would probably be upsetting for them. That actually, I'm saying, because you said these things to me, I grew up thinking I was dumb and my brother and sisters were like the intelligent ones.
And so you're consciously feeling like you want to make sure the girls.
I'm so conscious of it. Even like when we talk about Isla, she obviously is a chubby baby compared to Alba, and people will say like, oh, you know, she's a chunky monkey, look at her rolls, she's, you know, in a positive way, but I don't want Alba to then pick up on that. I certainly don't want Isla to pick up on that, because then what if we're doing it now when she's a baby, it's not like it's going to stop. Do you know what I mean? So then when she's old enough to understand, she's going to think, well, I'm the fat one, I'm the chunky one. And this is how my brain goes into like,
that's so
overdrive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it so interesting though how our brains work so differently? Because whilst we're both actively thinking about things for our children, our thoughts are so drastically different. So in the sense of, I have said to John in passing, and as a little bit of a joke, but as not, like, we're never like commenting on Delilah's weight.
No.
Like, because I'm just like, I don't want her to ever think that if she has got, all babies have pot bellies, right? It's normal. I don't want her ever thinking like, oh my God, can't have that. But I don't think into it every single day. Whereas my like terrible thoughts happen every single day, whereas for you it doesn't. It's so mad how like it can be from one extreme to the other. Yes, there can be so many different variations of our thoughts, but ultimately it's just always coming back to the fact of,
are they going to be okay?
Are they going to grow up thinking that? And it's really interesting actually that we get onto that, because something that I've really noticed, and this has been drummed into me since from whenever I can remember, at dinner time we've always sat down at the table together. Always. So it's never ever gone through my mind not to be sitting at the dinner table while Delilah's eating. We don't eat necessarily together because she's still having dinner a little bit early at the minute. But it will always be family dinner, because that's what I've grown up with. Is that?
It does, that actually, because I grew up exactly the same.
Yeah.
Dinner time was like a big thing.
Yeah. It was like, this time, are you in for dinner? Dinner's at 6, are you in?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, everyone sits down for dinner.
Everyone sits down, it was like one person gets the jugs of water, we set the table.
Yeah.
Because we spoke French at home, because when we were younger, we weren't allowed to speak English, we only spoke French at home. I know.
No, I'm acting like this because I can't believe I don't know that. So you speak fluent French?
I'd like to say I still do, but I haven't like used it enough that I'm definitely not fluent anymore. But my mum is.
That's incredible. So your mum literally was like, we're not speaking English at home?
Yeah, my dad didn't speak French at all.
So it was a bit like, we're not going to speak to you tonight.
Yeah, well, dinner time I think we English, but I really remember when it was time to set the table, it was all in French.
What was the reason? Is your mum French?
No, she just was a language teacher. She just happens to be like, she's so good at accents. So I think that's how she picks up languages, because she used to read us books as kids, and the accents, I'd be like, and I was quite old, and she was still reading Harry Potter to my little sister, and I would listen because I loved it because the accents.
I love that. I also really love the way that you say accents. Accents.
So yeah, we all would all speak French at home. But yeah.
Would you encourage that now?
Aaron, all the times that you need to speak to the girls in French. Me and my brother talk about it, how we should speak to our kids in French, how my mum should. But I think there's no excuse really. We're just lazy.
Yeah, I would really love for Delilah to learn a different language and even to do sign language.
Yeah. I think some nurseries do sign language.
They do. I don't think our nursery does. But I don't know whether we've spoken about this. Do you know that sign language is not universal?
No, I did not know that.
So I thought if you knew sign language and you went to, I don't know, let's just say as an example, Japan, and you tried to communicate in sign language, they might not understand what you're saying.
I didn't know that. How bad is that? I just assumed that sign language was sign language.
Me too. But it's actually not, because I was really, really into, I want Delilah to know sign language through and through. I think it would really, really help. When she's older, like, I don't know, she might want to get into a job or an industry that's quite tough, but her way in could be because she knows sign language, and then it might be that, you know, she can...
She could be that cool person, you know, when they're at concerts and like Beyonce singing, there's the sign language person that's like...
Yeah, she could be that.
That'd be so cool. I'd love that job. I think those people are amazing.
Yeah, she absolutely, hopefully one day will do that.
Yeah.
But I was speaking with John's uncle, who is Spanish and half deaf.
Right.
And he was saying how his sign language in Spain is different to here.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Crazy. Like, no matter, just as an example, I don't know, let's say the colour blue, right? I guess it's because if you spell it out, then it might be different to obviously what maybe how a Spanish person speaks. The language. But I've never thought about that before, and it was interesting because the whole reason I really wanted her to do it was so that wherever she would travel in the world, she'd always be able to communicate to someone.
Well, bin that idea.
I know.
Not sign language, Delilah.
No, just learn another language.
Yeah. Well, I think I keep saying this. I'm going to take Alba to like French classes, because again, that's what we used to do every Saturday morning.
My French.
Just because I know French.
Fair enough.
And so at least I can talk to her.
I was actually really upset when we moved to Malta. We both said, because we were there for so long, we both said if it was Spanish or Italian, we probably would have learnt it. But because it was Maltese and no one else speaks Maltese other than Malta, just was no relevance.
So you didn't learn any?
No, I mean, I know how to say certain things and I understand certain things.
I think having another language is a good skill. But even then, right, I could teach my kids French and I'm not doing it.
That's terrible. Terrible parenting.
Bad mum.
Terrible mother. No, but I get that. But then again, we're Greek, and we've got family in Cyprus, and I literally know one word.
Crazy, isn't it?
But my niece is on Duolingo, is it?
Yeah.
And she is teaching herself how to speak Greek, and she's really into it.
That's really cool. Yeah.
And then, like, going back to things that are drilled into us from when we're younger, or like how we were brought up, is there anything else that you kind of like carried forward with your children?
I don't know. What about you?
No, but I can, like, there must be things.
Yeah.
And even like today, actually, I was with my mum, and I noticed that there was a wasp near us, and I kind of got up and panicked, and my mum looked at me and was like, "Don't do that because Delilah will get nervous." And my mum didn't panic. My mum just sat there, and I was like, oh.
Right, we have this with spiders, because actually today we were moving, well, say we were moving the shed. I did not move it. Other people moved the shed. And Aaron was like, can you just empty it first? I hate to go in there because I hate spiders. But Alba was there. And if there is, I always say to him, if there's something that needs to be done with the spiders around, I ask him to do it because I don't want her to be scared of them.
Yeah.
It's There's no need to be scared of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I was like, come on, put your big girl pants on.
Big girl pants.
And I was in there sorting things out. She saw one, she's like, spider. And I was like, oh, hello, spider. I didn't look at it. She didn't know.
Inside, you go, oh my God.
Yeah. And she's like, look, mummy, spider. It was actually dead, this spider, thank God. She's like,
sorry, spider.
She's like, spider's not moving. I was like, spider's sleeping now. And then we went in, we were doing more. And every time I went in, I was like scanning. And one of them sped across the floor. And all I wanted to do was like run out of there. And I didn't. She was like, look, fast spider. I was like, yes, fast spider. Oh, I just hate them. But my mum is so scared of spiders.
So that's now on you.
Yeah. And both my sisters are scared of spiders.
It's crazy because when you're in a situation where you just can't be scared of it, you just have to get on with it. And this actually is relevant but not relevant. I went on my first run, right?
Right. Did you pretend a spider was chasing you?
No. I was telling myself, like in my head, I was like, you've been through so much in the last year and a half. You went through a C-section, you went through fears of injections, you've been through postnatal depression, you've been through all this stuff. You can get through a 5K run. Like, sort your life out. So I was like mentally like telling myself, Gab, you had your stomach cut open. You had a cannula in your hand, which is your biggest fear ever.
So fucking wrong.
So run, girl. Like literally, you're going to be done with this in 30 minutes.
Yeah, but running is hard.
I mean, yeah, did you crack up? I can't even remember the voice note I sent you after. I was just like...
The video I sent you. So Gabi decided that we're going to do a run this year. And actually, I remember at the beginning of the year, I was like, right, I'm going to sign up to a half marathon this year. It's going to get me going. I'm going to do it. I didn't sign up to one. I'm not signing up to one because F that. And then when you said, yeah, should we do a run? I was like, yeah, of course we will. Fine. Let's do it. And I thought, I said yes to this. And she probably thinks that I can run. And
You can run. Right, I'm just going to put it into perspective here. Emma's run time was 30 minutes. Mine was basically 40.
Yeah. But then it's all
40
relative.
minutes.
Mine used to be a lot quicker than that. But then when I got home, I said it's
sorry.
Aaron.
Mine used to be a lot quicker than that. Oh, good for you.
Come and chase me. Come running with me.
It was those spiders. Those spiders
fucking run away from them. I don't know how we got onto running.
No, because I'm saying how when you're telling yourself you've been through so much, or if you have been through some things that you're scared of, that you're just like nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
We're going on a flight soon, and I feel like my fear of flying was solved, and I'm all good now. But I haven't been on a plane in quite a long time now.
It really surprises me that you're scared of flying, because you're not scared of anything.
No, but I'm wondering how much you're going to be with her, because if there is a little bit of like turbulence, obviously I can't get scared because I have to just pretend that everything's fine. Not that really she's at the age where she'll even know what's going on, will she?
Yeah, but I feel like they can sense it, can't they?
Yeah, maybe. I'll update you on how it goes.
Yeah.
To be fair, we've got 4 flights in a month.
So she'll get really good at flying.
Yeah, and then she won't go away for a year again. No, that's a lie. We're definitely going away again.
Gabi goes on lots of holidays, by the way.
I actually don't. I'm not going on holidays.
What's wrong with me today?
What's wrong with you? Oh my God, you're so mean.
No, but I do think with kids, like as simple as giving them food, and there might be one time where Alba doesn't eat something, and then the next time, but she doesn't like that.
Yeah.
And if I'm saying she doesn't like that, she's going to think, well, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And it obviously doesn't register with her that way. But it's, like the car, for example. If in front of Delilah, or you're talking to people and she's there, she doesn't like getting in the car, she doesn't like getting in the car.
She's going to be like, I don't like getting in the car.
Exactly. Yeah. And I honestly think that even at her age, I feel like they can understand what's going on.
Delilah 100% understands what I'm saying. If I say, put that on the top, she's putting something on the top. Like, even though she can't talk, she understands exactly what I'm saying. If I'm like, when we walk out the door in the morning and I say, we're going to nursery, she knows nursery. Like, she knows what nursery is now.
Yeah.
So they do understand at a very young age. They just can't communicate with her.
But that's what I mean. I think, again, the mum guilt comes back. The food that I feed them. I used to make a lot of the snacks for my kids. Because my mum homemade everything when I was younger. Like, absolutely everything. And at the time, I was like, I just want shop-bought bread. I just want a biscuit from the shop. And I had
So your mum made biscuits and bread?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm living back with her. She's making bread again, and it's delicious. I love it.
But that's where you're getting the guilt from then, because you're not doing that for your kid.
But I occasionally make stuff, but yeah, not as much, because I would make it, she wouldn't eat it, so I'd bin it.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying. So then I'd be like, well, do you know what, fine, you can have the melty sticks or whatever they are. She was happy.
Do you know, I understand that so much actually, and even very, very recently I said, so Delilah loves like veggie straws and things like that, right?
Yeah.
But she also loves fruit. Any fruit that I give her, she'll eat. So I keep saying to myself, stop with the packet stuff, just give her some fruit. Like if she needs snacks, just give her, load her up on fruit. But even like tonight, actually, I made spaghetti bolognese, right? I made it early enough so that Delilah could have it too. She loved it.
Is that the first time she said it?
No, she's had it before, but not like, I don't do it often. And I said to John, like, I've really got to start getting back to batch cooking. I'm not your cookie muffin
I fucking
shit.
hate cooking.
I'm not doing that, but I will cook. I can cook dinners. I enjoy cooking dinners, and I can batch cook. Like when we lived in Malta, one of my favourite things to do. Like,
oh my god, we could work together here. I could make all the healthy snacks, and you could make dinners. Because I absolutely hate cooking. I just can't be arsed.
No, I really enjoy it. You know, I do love a hearty meal. I really do enjoy dinner. Although, again, today's been a weird day. But I didn't have lunch because I didn't think I had anything in the house to have lunch. And John was like, you literally went food shopping yesterday. But what it was I just didn't fancy anything that I had in the house.
What you really want is a chocolate ice cream.
Absolutely. And I didn't have any chocolate ice cream. Which I was very upset about. I very nearly texted you and said, can you stop at the shop and bring me over some chocolate?
Oh my god, I would have done.
I know you would have. And so I very much want to make sure that when I'm now cooking my dinners, I'm making enough so that maybe, Delilah has for her dinner time when she's not eating with us. But now, like I've kept some, we're out tomorrow night. So my sister's babysitting and is actually going to do dinner and bed. So I've got spaghetti bolognese because I know she liked it tonight.
Yeah.
And I just feel like as long as they're eating, doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And actually, I got really good at like hiding veg in their food.
Yeah.
Because I thought I had to.
No, I feel like, again, you kind of get tricked into being like, oh, they're not going to eat it if they see it. But actually, why not? If they don't know any different.
And if they see you eating it. Because we do, not so much recently, but we did get into the habit of eating together. But I was like, we really need to try and get a child to eat. So she's never been good at eating though. So I was like, I need to get this child to start eating food.
Right. Never been good in the sense that she didn't like anything, or never been good in the sense that she just didn't eat?
She just didn't really eat. Like, wouldn't be bothered about eating anything.
I think, I mean, and it's weird to say because I was about to say I'm super lucky because Delilah eats. But I don't think that is because we should just feel like it's normal that our kids do eat.
No, but when they eat and you watch them eat, and it gives you that feeling, doesn't it? Like I get so happy when they eat a meal.
Yeah, like even tonight. So she's really into the phase where everything's going on the floor. So she'll like take it and put it on the floor. But she actually didn't want it on the floor, so she would spit it out and then shove it back in her mouth. Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, you do what you need to do, girls, to eat that, but just get it down you.
Nice. That's so gross, isn't it? I was actually just thinking, not food, but what Albert did earlier. This is, bless her, if she ever listens to these when she's older, she will be like, Mum,
you're so
you destroyed me.
Yeah.
She went to the toilet, obviously used the toilet paper, wiped her mini, and then used the same bit of paper to wipe her nose. And I was like, Albert, no. Once you wiped your mini, it goes in the toilet. Thankfully, I had already wiped it, so I think I'd got most of the residue off.
Oh.
And also, it wasn't a poo, it was just a wee.
Thank God.
But she's still, I don't know why she did it. She just did it and then put it straight on her nose. Oh God.
Right. Oh, roast burger. On that note,
T-W. T-O-T-W.
There you go. There's the jingle. Okay, the question of the week this week is
there something that your parents did for you when you were younger that you now do for your children?
Yeah, that you want that. So like anything, like you said, maybe sitting down at dinner together, making sure that routine is staying, or
homemaking all your food.
Maybe it is reading a bedtime story every single night, or just something that your parents did with you that you want to make sure you do with your...
Speaking French at home. Yeah.
Or none of the above.
Great.
Awesome.
See ya.
Right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Au revoir.